Hello and welcome to the Triple B review for newbies. I'm back again in Ashford at my bestest friends, Laguna Ashford, where I shall today be wetting my whistle on the beautiful Triumph Speed Twin. Released in 2019, this beautiful 1200cc modern classic can trace its DNA all the way back to 1938 when the first Speed Twin was released. So, thank you very much to Laguna Ashford for loaning me this bike for this afternoon. Let's talk, let's get out there and do it. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to the Triumph Speed Twin. I absolutely adore the look of this bike. Big fan, I have to say, I'm a big fan. My biking life started in on a naked bikes, and I love these classic looks. I know this is a modern classic, this bike goes way back, but obviously it's got all the modern gizmos now, but with that retro look, and I love it. Literally just got on the bike and I'm already liking it a lot. I'm listening to the sat nav as per normal, so if I get distracted, I apologise. And I've also got my best buddy Bertie with me, who's as you can see, we got a little camera mounted on the back, aptly just above the Think Biker sticker. So as ever with these reviews for newbies, I'm trying to evolve and be as informative as possible. So I always welcome your comments and any tips on what you want to see, or want to sort of dig into anything specific about these reviews. And someone very kindly pointed out that it'd be nice to see some sort of slow manoeuvring, roundabouts, tight corners, so I'm going to try and include that today, among other things. So we're just going to ride around for a little while, just to get a feeling of what it's all about. Park up somewhere, do a little walkabout, give you some numbers and figures, which I don't want to get in too much detail about the numbers of figures and the CC and how much power it's got and how big the wheels are and all that sort of thing. That's not what these reviews are about. It's more about the basics and whether this would be a suitable bike for someone with limited experience on a motorbike. So I'm going to shut up and just do a little bit of riding, find out what it's about. Right, first impressions. Very comfortable riding position, very easy, soft, manageable clutch. It's quite torquey. The throttle, certainly comparing it to the Rocket 3, which is still fresh in my mind as that was only done a week or so ago. The throttle certainly isn't as soft and smooth as the Rocket 3. It's a little bit more snatchy. I need to check. This does have 3 rider modes: Rain, Road and Sport, which seems to be the default for all new Triumphs nowadays, which is nice, which is good. So, oh, we're in road. There you can see it. We're in road mode, which is the standard default setting. So I would assume if we put it in sport mode, the throttle might be even a little bit more snatchy. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just something you would need to be aware of, because it could catch you unawares if you're a bit heavy-handed with the wrist. Dials are lovely, twin classic style dials, liking them a lot. And guess what? It's got a key and an ignition, how it should be. Fantastic. Look, I'm not going to worry about where my key is, because there it is, I can see it all the time. Is it in my pocket? No, it's in the ignition. Woohoo! Did you notice the sarcasm? Bar end mirrors. Yeah, I guess that's goes with the style. They're okay. This tank is actually the petrol tank. To me, it's narrow, which I like at this end, because it allows you to, well, it allows me to actually get a nice grip with my legs around the tank. You know, like with the Rocket, it was a big old tank, so your legs are a bit more splayed out, whereas this, you can get a nice firm grip and actually sit on the bike the way you should by gripping the tank. It's nice. Oh my god, if you had smell-o-vision, or they're obviously laying oh wow, woo, pungent cow manure. Oh, that's cleaning out the nasals, I can tell you. Wowzers, crikey. Oh, that's clever. Well done, well done. It's very quiet, the bike. Yet again, we have a breezy day, but usually I can hear a fair bit of the exhaust note. Can't really hear very much, but the exhaust note is very nice. Seating position so far is lovely. Very upright position. Obviously it's a naked, so you're definitely getting the brunt of the wind straight into your chest. However, the seat is very comfy. It's a nice upright position. Your arms aren't too far out, so it's actually very comfortable. I'd be quite happy sitting like this, you know, for a couple of hours or more if you're on a tour. I couldn't see it getting very tiring or uncomfortable. Yeah, it's very nice. The footrests feel a little bit small for some reason. I don't know whether that's just because I haven't footed myself correctly, but I'm getting a bit of movement from both of the footrests. Oh god, yeah. Okay, that footrest on the left, it pings back up into place if you're not careful. There's a lot of movement there. Well, I don't like that. It's a very blustery day, but it's not cold. We're in the low 20s, but I can already feel the engine heat around my legs, which will be lovely in the coming winter months. But a hot summer's day, I can imagine it might be a little bit uncomfortable. which is to be expected on a motorbike. Wow, look at the state of all these roads, and dirt and mud everywhere. Nearly stalled it then. So it's got a lot of low down torque, so if you're in the wrong gear and you're at a low speed, chances are you will stall it. Menu, mode, sport. How did that work? That was a very easy change into sport mode. How did that work? Alright, so you press it once, you're looking there, we're in rain mode. Press it again, road. So it changes mode automatically, just press the button once, that's cool. Press it again, sport. That's cool. I wonder if you have to let the throttle off. Most other bikes you have to, when you want to change mode, it tells you, instructs you to release or take the throttle off. This one, it looked like it did it by itself. Let me try it again while we're moving. I guess it's waiting for me to take my hand off the throttle. Yes, so it doesn't tell you to, but you have to take your hand off the throttle. Right, let's get us straight in sport mode. Okay, so we're in sport mode. Let's see if there's any difference to the throttle responsiveness. Is that a word? Responsiveness. This reminds me a little bit of my old Triumph Explorer in terms of the throttle. Not the smoothest, but not the harshest. It's definitely a bit more snatchy in sport mode, that's for sure. So this review always builds up to the grand finale of my 5 top tips, which are seat height, bike weight, bike power, rider aids and rider position. Those are the 5 things which are what I look out for when looking at a new bike, which personally affect me the most in how well I'm gonna live with that bike, and in my humble opinion will help a new or inexperienced rider make the correct decision and choice in what bike they choose. But we'll go through that all at the end. Well, I have been sat in traffic for about 5 minutes. I paused the GoPro, there's no point in wasting batteries on that. And I am noticing that this bike is definitely chucking out a lot of heat around your, well, my ankle area. I guess a lot of that brings it back to this, the fuel tank that I said mentioned earlier on, that you can really grip this tank nicely. Could probably benefit with some nice aftermarket scratch guards for the tank. But as you're gripping, as you are able to grip the tank nicely with your legs, that obviously pushes in the rest of your legs a bit tighter to the engine. So therefore I guess you're going to get a bit more engine heat on your legs and calves. This would definitely make a very nice round town bike, commuting bike. I really do like this riding position. It's very comfortable and relaxed. Although obviously, as it is a naked bike and you are going to get the wind full on into your centre of the chest and obviously your helmet, I haven't put it up to national speed limit speeds yet, but I guess the aerodynamics of this bike are a little bit different. It's not that bad. Again, as a Rocket 3 is fresh in my mind, that was definitely a lot more wind, full-on wind effect. Maybe because your arms were a bit wider out, so there's a lot more drag from the upper torso of the body. Not so much with this, even though you are sat upright. Once we get onto a dual carriageway or something, we'll see what it's like then, but it's just very manageable. It's nice. Obviously a lot more nimble in the corners. Got to remember, this is a 1200cc, so it's a big bike, but it just doesn't feel like it. It feels a lot smaller, a lot more manageable, which is good, really good. I know that the frame of this bike is part aluminium, part stainless steel. They've lost a lot of weight. A lot of the engine, or I think all of the engine casing is aluminium, so they've shaved a lot of weight off this bike to make it that much more lighter and nimble. These are all plus things, all plus points. Whilst we're waiting in a traffic jam yet again, just want to show you the fuel cap. Funky Monza style cap, which just flicks up there, and then a traditional fuel cap, which will need a key to undo. Not sure about that, to be honest. I like that. Not so sure about that. Discuss. Okay, so just plodding along at 3 miles an hour. Easy peasy. Such a light bike, he says, sprawling all over the road. But no, it's very easy to handle. Not sure what the turning circle is like, but I'm sure it wouldn't be a massive trouble turning. We'll try and find out in a minute. Have a look for a little roundabout or something similar. My legs are currently at about 130, 140 degrees. Need about another half an hour and we'll be ready to eat. Anyone for chicken legs? Right, I'm going to shut down again. Okay, so it's just getting from worse to worser. There's an incident up ahead. The road's blocked, so we're going to turn around, find somewhere else to go. I'm not sure what Bertie's trying to achieve there by telling everyone to turn around by the looks of it. He just looks like a weirdo waving his hand.